As some of you know, this week's episode involves a very special guest. Jace, who is that guest?
It's Mr. Krause.
Hi,
Hi, Mr. Krause. How are you?
Good, I'm doing good.
That's great. You had a basketball game yesterday? How'd that go?
Had a good one in Hazen, guarantees us a first round bye, so that's a big deal for us. Gives us a week off.
It was really entertaining. Maddie and I went.
I think it was one of the best games to be in the student section of the whole year.
Student section?
You and I.
It wasn't the student section. We were like by ourselves.
Was it just you two?
Yes.
I couldn't even see you on that. I thought it was weird why don't they have chairs there? Why do they just sit on the bleachers?
There's not enough room on the court, which kind of makes it weird why you would let regionals be there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is really weird. And there's not even bleachers on the one side. It's not like here where there's bleachers all the way around.
Bleachers up top.
Yeah.
They got a second row.
There's like
no one's sitting up there.
Yeah.
I know, I'm not sitting up there.
I'm not sitting up there.
I have to go like 4 hours early. So guys, today, since we have a fun special guest, welcome Mr. Krause again. We want to do a couple questions, and then you can get like really into depth with your answers.
Yeah, make them nice and long.
You got the most socially awkward person in the building here. So.
That makes
Perfect.
fan favorite. You were also like really, what do you call it?
He was like the most asked guest to be on.
Yeah.
So of course we had to.
And we mentioned your name, and everyone got really excited.
Speaking of socially awkward, though, what were you like in high school?
Great way to lead into that.
I don't know. I mean, socially awkward would be fine to say. I'm not even going to hide that, but I was just quiet. Did my work, went to practice, went home. Pretty simple stuff.
And you were actually the lead in the school play? Is this the truth?
Wait, what?
When I was like a little kid, like 8th grade.
Oh, 8th grade. Okay.
Yeah, big stuff.
I thought it was like senior year when you were
I stopped that
What's wrong
stuff
with
when I
being
got...
in drama senior year?
What?
What's wrong with being in drama senior year?
No, I just
All
wouldn't.
three of
I
us were
wouldn't.
in drama.
Would you expect him to be the lead in a play his senior year? No.
No.
But it's 8th grade. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah. What were you?
What was it? It was like a Grease spinoff. So I was like the head of that. I don't even remember what the name was of the dude, but
Wasn't that memorable?
Danny?
Yes.
no, not Dan. It was like a spinoff. So it was like a Grease type of show, like same theme, but
Got it. Not Grease.
not Grease.
Did you go to this year's production?
Yeah. I haven't missed one yet, so.
Really? What's
No.
been your favorite that you've seen?
Favorite? Oh, this one was pretty good, just because
Really?
a lot of the comedy, I thought a lot of comedy was a little, I don't know if it was 100% right for some kids there, but
Yeah, we did get some backlash, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was fun. Backstage moved pretty fast. Did you see that?
giving yourself props here. I don't know.
Hopefully he
Yeah.
didn't. Hopefully he
It seemed-
didn't see the backstage.
It seemed to flow really well, so.
You're not supposed to
Yeah,
see
you're
that.
welcome.
Yeah.
That was me and Liv, by the way.
What else did you do in high school? You did basketball.
Basketball track, that was about it.
It was basketball track.
Yeah,
school.
basketball track. Lifted every day after school.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Wow.
Were you like in the smart classes in high school?
Yeah, I was in a smart track the
Whoa.
whole way. Until senior year, I only had 5 classes my senior year with 2 off hours, so.
Because you're just that
Jace?
smart.
That's
I think
good.
Jace does that.
Not really. I mean,
Well, like
I
online
have my
classes.
online classes.
You only have like 2 in person.
I just intentionally made senior year as easy as possible, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't have to show up some
You
days.
gave our class that advice last year, and so we all did it.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah,
have
senior
it.
year is supposed to be the fun year. This is the year you take off, so.
Yeah.
Hence why we started a podcast.
Exactly. Makes
Speaking
sense.
of our senior class, which student at Trinity reminds you of yourself from high school?
From high school.
Like himself from high school.
Well,
You can think
I
about
don't know,
it.
I think it's pretty easy. No, it's just Brad.
Really?
I was gonna
It's
say
literally
that.
That like
Brad.
wasn't
I think
obvious
that's,
to me.
That's so obvious.
Really?
Yes. Even like honestly, the way they look too, kind of.
Wait, why? Just like the way they act?
I'd say Spread's maybe a little bit more outgoing than Mr. Krause.
A little bit.
Yeah, probably. But
But like same activities and everything.
Their
That-
humor is
that's
pretty
obvious.
like short. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like responses. So it makes it funny.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, I guess I see that. That makes
I
sense.
think that's obvious.
What's different here at Trinity than at Grand Forks when you went to high school?
other than all my class sizes were like 300 kids, so that's
Yeah,
a big difference. But
That is a big difference.
there's a lot of stuff you can say here that if you said it like Grand Forks, get like your head chopped off for saying it. So I don't know.
I would
Even when I
agree.
student taught, they're like, you really need to watch what you say. And then I came here and it's like everyone's telling me it's going to be the other way. Like you need to be more careful. But I feel like you can be a little less careful here than at a public school.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's what I would have thought, I guess.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
I would also agree with that.
Is like teaching at a private school what you thought it would be?
Not exactly. I don't know, it's definitely a lot better than my experiences at a public school, both Central and then like I was at Davies just for a little bit, just observing some stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I like it here a lot more. It's just smaller classes I think helps too. But just seems seems like there's a lot more parent involvement, which is nice. Like, even with sports and everything, you don't get that at public school at all.
Yeah.
So.
Like the community almost.
Yeah.
When did you decide you want to be a history teacher?
I knew I wanted to do something with history, and then, like, as I got into high school and talking to, like, guidance counselors, they would always tell me there's really no jobs in social studies or history except a history teacher, unless you go to, like, Egypt or something and literally do dig sites, but...
You'd be great at
You
that.
could do like a museum tour guide.
Yeah.
You would, yeah.
No, that would
That'd be
not...
great for you.
You guys know my personality, that would not work.
Just walk,
I would
like,
go.
roaming
That'd be
around a
funny.
museum.
I just walk away from people. Get them little kids away from me.
If you weren't a history teacher, what would you be doing career-wise?
Career-wise?
You like NBA?
No, in college, I got like over halfway done with the sports psychology. So I was going to go into
Oh.
psychology at one point in college, but
That's what Liv wants to do
it's
next
kind of
year.
half.
Well,
Dang, I
We
would have
don't know.
never guessed.
Do you have any advice for college since you're talking about college?
first off, where'd you go for people who are listening that don't know?
Went to UND.
Go Hawks.
Yeah, we go Hawks. Horns down.
What?
What?
It's not really any, but like if you show up to classes, you're going to be fine. So when
tell
people
Matt
say like
that.
classes don't matter, like you show up, you're going to do fine. Once you start missing a class or two a week, then you're going to be struggling. So just show up. I mean, it's like 2 hours of class a day, and that's it. It's nothing, really. It's so much easier than high school, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
No teacher will tell you that.
Oh yeah, speaking of high school, this is just a random question that came to my head. When you'd go home after school or your sports or whatever, what was the one dinner that you hated seeing that was being made, and what was the one that you were like super hype about?
That's a great question.
Because we all have like our crock pot stories, or like, you know, everyone can relate to it.
I don't
What's
hate
your
on
mom's,
crockpot
like,
meals.
go-to clutch meal.
My
And
mom
then-
doesn't cook. My dad's a cook.
Oh.
I hate leftovers. I'm not a leftover guy at all, so it's like they make a big meal on Monday, something new on Tuesday, and it's like, oh, leftovers the rest of the week, so it sucks.
Oh.
Do you not do
That's
meal
super
prep
good.
then?
I do meal prep, but I feel like meal
That's like
prep's
all
meal prep's
leftovers,
different
though.
than leftovers, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, leftovers is like,
True.
I get it.
Because leftovers is like the same thing for 3 days.
Yeah.
Meal prep, you can meal prep different
Yeah.
combinations at least.
What was the one you like really liked then? Your dad making.
Just chicken, mashed potatoes, broccoli, basic
Big
Basic
fan
stuff.
of broccoli.
Maddie's a big fan of broccoli.
Big fan of broccoli.
Yeah.
Liv, what's yours? Caitlin's
Oh.
go-to meal that's so clutch for you just coming home after a long day of school.
I don't know. Go to someone else. Maddie, what's your favorite meal that Nay makes when you walk in the door?
Clutch meal that Nay could make. No matter what season we're in,
Right.
100%
Soup.
soup.
Oh,
It's
I knew
the
it.
best food of all time.
Maddie's such a soup person. It's
It's so
nasty.
versatile. Why is that nasty?
Soup just like, you don't...
Soup is meant for when you're sick, and that's about it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's not like, oh, wow, I just like had one of the worst
It's so
practices ever.
nutritional. It's so versatile. You can
It
do
takes you.
anything with
It
soup.
takes me way too long to eat soup. Like,
I think soup's a bit of a cop-out answer.
It's
Like,
like
what
a-
type of soup?
it takes me like 8 hours to eat
You
enough
Just
soup
like
to
broth.
be full.
Okay, yeah, that's what goes in soup, Liv. My favorite soup is the soup that has the wild rice in it. And obviously chicken.
So wild rice soup.
Yeah, that one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Liv, what's your favorite?
Okay, well that brought me to my least favorite, Nefla soup. I hate Nefla soup. I can't do it. It's
That's-
nasty.
So she is not from North Dakota,
Yeah.
folks.
No,
Well-
not Dakota.
Fake. Oh, I know your favorite meal. I'll just tell you what yours is. Yours is crab.
Oh yeah, it is
Yeah.
crab. I love
The
crab.
Geoffrey household is the only household where you'll walk in on a random Tuesday
That's
night
not
and there will
true.
be crab on the table for you.
No, it was on sale at Cashwise or something like that. Like,
Yeah, what? Monthly? I swear.
no, it's not.
Oh no,
Not
on
at
sale,
all.
on sale seafood is a bit iffy.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Especially in the middle of
In
winter.
the middle of winter.
In North Dakota.
Where are you getting that
Great.
crab? I don't know.
Cashwise.
No, cash rice isn't.
No, but where is Cashwise
The
getting that
sea.
crab?
Duh.
What's sea?
I don't
You go,
know.
the lake?
Missouri? I don't know.
My least favorite is just spaghetti. That's all.
Yours is spaghetti.
Yeah. Like, do you really want to go home and eat
It's like
spaghetti?
overdone.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's hard to go bad with spaghetti though.
It is though.
That's
Like
true.
sometimes the sauce, like you just like no, it's like just straight from the jar. It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
hit.
terrible. I can't
Yeah,
handle
yeah.
just
That
like,
happened the other week, and I like had to
You gotta
text
make
Maddie,
it.
and I was like, "We gotta like go get something."
when it's
didn't
straight out of
hit.
the jar, I can't handle
I
it.
can't do it.
It's
Even like low key like homemade Alfredo. It's just like from the jar.
No, jarred foods just isn't good. Like, canned soup is not.
No,
It's
I know.
garbage.
I'm good with like a canned green bean, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Those are great, but like
Wait, what's your guys' favorite, like, school meal here
Oh.
at Trinity? Trinity.
Great question.
KRAUSE.
Wait, you don't eat here.
No, I don't.
You don't eat here?
If you had to
have you
imagine
never had
eating
one
one-
meal here?
No.
You have never had a meal
prepper
here.
sandwiches. You save so much money. Think about it.
You don't
You're
get
saving
lunch
like.
for free here if you work here?
I don't think so. I don't even know.
Do you have
That's
like a code?
crazy.
Like
No, I don't
Yeah,
know.
wait,
No one's ever told me.
All the teachers.
I'm just
put
chilling.
he just never found out, so he just doesn't eat
No, I'm just
here.
chilling.
He's like, I'm year 10.
It's
at work.
probably
Yeah.
cheaper to eat here.
Yeah, honestly.
No, it's probably not.
No, it's like $4 a week times the 5 days of school. What is that? $20?
Yeah, for an
What
entire
can you
week
buy
of
sandwich supplies
food.
My meal prep is like $50, and that gets me like 30 meals or something.
Do you have the sandwiches for
I
dinner
guess.
too?
No.
That would
So
be
you like
good.
actually make a dinner?
Yeah, I always make dinner. I normally try to make something fresh.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I just buy groceries once a week, so I always have fresh stuff. I hate frozen meals and stuff.
Wait,
What's
when
your
you
go-to grocery store?
Go-to grocery.
in Dickeyville.
I just go to Walmart first of all,
Right.
and then it's just like,
That's valid.
well, like if I need fresh stuff, like
Yeah,
fresh
Walmart's
fruits,
sketch.
sometimes I'll go to Family Fair out by Buffalo Wild. I've found that one to be the
Yeah.
nicest.
You go
That's
all the
the-
way out there.
That's the
Yeah,
best
that
one
one's
for, like,
got-
fruits and vegetables.
That one's
It
got
is
the
good.
freshest stuff I found in town. So
Yeah.
That's where I go for all my groceries. I go to the family
Really?
fair. Yeah,
You like live
I like
right by
live.
Walmart?
Yeah, but
That's okay.
you know, it's not that far from the family fair either.
It's not like Dickinson's huge. So.
Yeah,
Have
it's
you ever
not.
been to like it's Family Fair now. The little Family Fair downtown.
no, but I've seen it. I'm not walking into that.
Do not go
Scary.
in there.
Scary.
I love that place.
It's like homey, but like
I got
not
free
after,
food
like,
there.
8.
I got the scratch and dent
Oh,
stuff.
that's where Logan works, right?
Logan Fulkowski
Logan
works there?
Fulkowski works there with his girlfriend. I swear. I've
Jace
seen
is his
him there.
best friend and isn't agreeing with that.
So,
Wait, it might have been a different kid.
Matthew Vinius works there.
Matthew Ravinius.
Yeah,
That's
Matthew
what it was.
Ravinius.
Shout out public school kids.
No, Logan works in like construction.
Right, I did know that.
Yeah. So new this year, you will be the track coach.
Ooh.
Did you know, like, when you got the job here, did you know that that was going to be something that you would end up doing?
No, but I didn't know Mr. Kovash was getting kind of towards it. There had been rumors when I came in here that he was getting towards the end, and track's something I want to be involved in, so I kind of just took on an assistant role last year with junior high just to get my name in here. Like during track season last year, I would go to varsity and junior high practices all year long, so it's kind of getting my name in the hat, and did a lot with Red River, sprints, throws, all of that, so.
I will admit you're like shockingly busy. Like you actually do a lot
Why
around
is that
here.
shocking?
I just I don't know. I didn't really take into consideration like you're here like late hours and you're here like really early.
No, whenever I come to the school early to Sacriston, Mr. Krause and Mr. G's cars are always the first ones here.
Yeah.
It's just a good time to get stuff done when kids aren't here, and it's just so used to with college basketball. We always had morning practice, so just wake up that time anyways. It's not like I
So
have
next
to wake
question,
up earlier.
are you a morning or a night owl?
Morning or night owl?
Oh wait, morning. Wait.
We're sticking with this. Morning's definitely better. I feel like I get way more done in the morning, and like when I college basketball, we do our workouts in the morning with our guys, so just felt better.
What time would you have to wake up for those?
Well, if we were going at like 5:30, coaching staff should be there by 4 a.m. sometimes. So
That's great.
Are you joking?
getting up 3:30, got to get everything ready in the gym by 4. Make sure when the first guys arrive at 5 for a 5:30 that everything's ready to go and they can just get moving right away.
That
So.
like stresses me out.
Yeah, that would be difficult.
That's a lot.
So what's going to happen right away at the start of track season when you have basketball and track going on? What's your plan with that?
So with the basketball team, just an assistant, obviously, but I do a lot of the work with JV. I do a lot of the scouting, helping out with that. Obviously, Mr. G and Mr. Daniels are both experts. They've both been coaching at higher levels, but I just help out. And so I'm going to be bouncing back and forth, probably get track started and just bounce back in between as well as I can. So
Yeah. In the possibility that you do make it to state, then you'd obviously go to state, and then what's your plan with that?
well, if we go to state, track will take a couple days off, more than likely let some guys get down there. But one of the other things, and I'll introduce this right now, kind of release it, but we're going to try something new and have some track captains this year. I'll announce one name right now. Our first track captain ever in Trinity track program history will be your very own Jace Cofe.
No
Wow.
way! I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Really?
No.
This is
love
being
that.
announced at the track meeting today at 3:20, so he found out about 30 minutes early.
Congrats, Jace.
Let me tell you one thing. There's no
Wow.
one more deserving.
Maddie
Well,
would know. You like ran with him for years.
Yeah, no, I've been a teammate of Jace before, and I'll tell you one thing. There's not a more positive person on a team than Jace Cover.
Oh, he's
And
crazy.
that's fact.
No. Hey, don't say that.
Jace, have you ever been a leader of something? Like a captain of something?
Wow, what?
No, I'm asking.
Oh, like
No, not for athletics. We didn't do that for cross, so it's always been just.
Wow.
Jace.
Yeah, so it'll
That's
be
cool.
Jason, 2 other guys. I have a pretty good idea who my other one's going to be, and then I'll let teammates vote on the third. But in place of my absence or days, me or Coach Sisson have to be gone. They'll kind of take over for us. That's kind of the plan here. So.
Jeez, what?
That's huge.
That's hype. Good for
Okay,
you.
I have coached before. I've coached children. So
I also coached
it counts.
Where have
before.
you coached children?
Summer track program.
Do you want to work at RASC with us this summer?
No.
Wait, that's actually a serious
No.
question.
No, I
Did you guys
cannot.
know
We
I
can
coached,
talk about
I
that later.
coached T-ball one time?
Wait, let's tell
That seems a bit dangerous.
I got stressed out when parents watched.
Let me tell you how this T-ball thing worked. Liv had about 10 4-year-olds, and all she had to do was, like,
didn't know
underhand toss
anything.
them balls. That was what T-ball was, and that was too stressful for her.
The parents would come up to me after and like ask questions. I had another job I was doing too, obviously. Shout out Play Park. Wow, that really brought me back. That was a traumatizing summer
Mr.
for
Krause,
me.
did you have any, like, high school summer jobs?
Yeah.
I
He was
did a
in
lot of
sports the whole time.
Yeah, sports in the summer. I did a bunch of traveling tournaments down in the cities, but we would always throw on like clinics for young guys around, or just all the young kids, guys and girls in the city of Grand Forks. So it's a big company there called Fast Break Basketball. Kind of the idea is you give opportunities to underprivileged kids. So it's kind of like charity type of basketball deal. So I was pretty well involved with that from a young age.
Wow.
I
might still try.
You're still traumatized.
T-ball?
Just remembering all the parents yelling at her.
No, literally. That was
Have you
horrible.
ever?
Then wait, hold on, can I zoom over? Then I worked at Tech after that, and like the first parents that walked in, I kid you not, was a T-ball parent.
That's terrifying.
Horrible.
So
Next question.
I'm sure Mr. G gets this a lot more than like any other coach. I'm sure gets this more than you. But like, do you ever get like talked to by parents or like yelled at by parents?
Well, it's just kind of part of the job, honestly.
Yeah.
So I feel like at this school, like I said kind of earlier, private school, it seems like your parents are more on your side than in public school. So in public school, I taught at middle school, I taught at high schools, obviously in Grand Forks. And a lot of time then it's parents coming up to you and being like, no, you're teaching my son wrong, coaching my son wrong. Here it's just like, if you got a problem with something, you can just straight up talk to the parents and just tell them like, no, this is what we're doing. And they'll just say, okay, and kind of just deal with it. So
That's true.
I don't know, we got a lot of good parents, especially on the guys' side here. So
I have a question.
Yep.
Felt like I was in class when I said that. What do you call it? Basketball players. Who's the funniest on the team? Varsity.
it's the funniest on the team.
Just make you.
Max probably thinks he is, but definitely not Max.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta address something
Max
too about
thinks
Max.
he's hilarious. He's not.
Funniest on the
We love Max. All
like
Oh,
jokes.
trying to be funniest or just
Naturally funny.
Naturally funny.
In your opinion, because funny can be subjective.
it has to be Ty Dawson or
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah.
Do you think there's people that are just like naturally born with talent, or do you think it like all of it is through work?
There's definitely people that are naturally born with talent. I mean, if you want to stay with track, it's like Usain Bolt. There's a lot of natural. They're like, yeah, he worked at it. I get that, but you don't have everyone out here running sub-10s without trying really sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think sometimes it's hard to coach like kids to work through their like natural gifts to like work harder? Because like I feel like on a team, if someone's like more naturally gifted, then they don't think they have to work harder.
A lot of that goes, I feel like we solved some of that because we got a couple guys, especially one this year that just has a bunch of natural talent, but his parents just keep him so grounded on the basketball court. And so that helps out a lot. But I would agree it's harder. It's definitely harder to teach kids that are that much naturally more gifted than others, especially when they know they are. That's when it becomes a lot tougher, but haven't had that many problems. Once you get to college, that's a whole nother level because you have everyone who's basically unbelievable, best player on
they were
their
always the
team, and now
best.
all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, what's going on here? I'm not good anymore. So
Was there a lot of like drama at the college team you coached at because of the fact that they were all the best of the best from where they came from?
there was a bit. The one story we always talked about, I'm not going to say names just to protect some of these guys because some of them were like brothers to me, but one of the second years I was there, we get this new kid in. He's top of the world. He was almost close to being a top 100 recruit. Go to the airport for the first time. He sets his bags down, looks at us, and he's like, so who's carrying my bag on the plane? It's like, yeah, man, that's not what we're at. So
Wow.
that was interesting. That was drama for about a month. Then he ended up going away because
Oh.
he thought we were going to baby him. So
Wow.
you get some
Wow.
interesting stories like that.
Huh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, because I've definitely seen that with teammates before, where like it's the kids that are like have all that talent and they don't want to put in the work, but then you'll see them and they'll still be able to perform even though they haven't like done practice, and like it's kind of crazy. I think it definitely takes a lot more to push people like with talent like that.
yeah.
Or what's your fun fact for the day? What's a history
there was
fun
no
fact?
Fun
questions
fact for the
today.
day.
We had to
I
take
don't
a
even
test
remember
instead.
them for today. They had a test today, so I didn't do them. them.
No, but just like a fun fact. Not even for today. Just like, what's your favorite history fun fact?
Just one history fun fact.
Yeah,
history fun fact.
yeah.
That's
Well,
one.
Like,
we'll
are
go
you big into like the
We'll go with the one I
Egyptians?
always stick on. No, the funny one that I always say, some listeners might find me awkward saying this, but communism has never actually happened. Your teachers have been lying to you this whole time. So
I think you've said that in class before.
yeah, I said a lot. That's
Yeah,
kind of
he
my,
has
that's
said
kind of
that
my
in class.
thing.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah, I listen.
Is that like a joke or is that like serious? Like,
If you go based off of strict definitions, it's
right,
true.
Right. Mr. Krause, did you know that my dad's also a history teacher and a
I was
basketball
aware.
and track coach?
Yeah,
Is
and
that-
he did stuff in the
Whoa.
military.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Wow.
Maybe
So they're
when
like,
he retires, then you can take his job at the public.
I'm
love
good.
Scott.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you guys would be best
you
friends.
guys would be besties. We'll have to get that together.
Do you have any friends from high school that you're still talking to?
Yeah, I got a lot. Not going to say a lot, but I got a pretty good group. There was 6 of us that always hung out. I have a wedding next October. I'm going to be the best man of one of my guys. So
Ooh.
flying down to Kansas City. I'll probably miss a couple days in October. So
Kansas. Wow.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't Kansas City just win Super Bowl?
they did just win a Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Wow.
So the plan is for the bachelor party, we can go to a Kansas City game. Trying to
No
put
way.
that together if the weekends line up. So
Oh, that'll be
You gotta say hi to Travis Kelce for me.
Maddie is on something right now with that. It's
Great
really.
tight end.
I don't
Great
like
tight end.
Travis Kelce at all. I think he's like. Well, I saw a clip of his podcast. Obviously.
Yeah, they also have a cut. What's
they
it
got
called? Like
they got a
Kelsey?
pretty good podcast.
They have a really good podcast. I mean,
Maybe
Not
we
as
could-
good as ours.
but
We could do like a collab.
we should do that.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to him.
Yeah, let them know when you're down.
I'm like definitely a bigger fan of Jason.
Why?
Family
Because
Guy.
you like the underdog. Yeah, you like the underdog.
I do like the underdog.
Who did you want to win the Super Bowl?
You wanted the
I was
Chiefs to
going
win.
Kansas City.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, it worked out for you then.
What do you think of the halftime?
I think it wasn't bad. I don't know. I'll just kind of leave it at that.
No way, you didn't like it? I can tell you didn't.
Well,
you
the
weren't
type,
the biggest
type
fan.
of music, it's just like kind of generic radio music, but thought you did a good job.
I
Everything
thought that was
put
the
together.
best part though, is because like everyone was able to follow along.
I felt like the set was bad. That's
Yeah.
what I didn't like
What?
about
I
it.
thought the music was like the only good part. I thought the costumes, the dancing was so.
I didn't really
Well,
like that part.
The thing I was surprised on, that was like the first Super Bowl in 20 years where she didn't bring anyone else on.
Oh, that yeah.
That was
Normally they have surprise guests, but
I
Their surprise guest.
I
was
did
her
get
baby.
scared when 2 Kanye songs came on. I'm like, uh-oh, better not bring him out. That would not
There
be
was
good.
a little bit of something inside of me that was like thinking he would come out. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I thought that right away.
Because they
And
have
then,
a lot of collabs.
Immediately in my head, I'm like, wait, that can't work. That's not
Yeah.
happening.
well, the other thing too is like she did a lot of collab songs in the Super Bowl and then just
Yeah.
blurred out the other people's voices. And it's like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it was like I felt like she only sang like 20 seconds of each song, which I know it's not like a full like.
But that's great
concert.
for marketing because then every listener
Well,
just
well,
went
then I
and
looked up
listened to it.
after and I looked up how much people get paid to perform like the halftime. They don't get paid at all because of the
Yeah.
money they make off of it. Like people,
Just
like
the
Maddie and I
functions.
literally, we went to the game yesterday. We were listening to Rihanna the whole time.
Exactly.
So like, it's just free marketing.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of times, not anymore, but where people would pay to be on there. I know we talked, it's like $7 million for a 30-second Super Bowl commercial
Oh
that you
yeah.
have to pay. So
Wait, I thought it was 7 million.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
he
it
said.
Oh,
does.
they
Seven.
did 37.
7 million for 30 seconds. So
Oh.
Seven.
What was like a really iconic halftime show you have in mind that you really like?
it's not too many that I would say are super iconic. I don't know. That's normally the time where I'll dip out and go make food or something.
That's
What?
crazy.
That's my favorite part.
I'm in it for the game, not the
Yeah.
halftime show.
Yeah,
Exactly.
part of it.
Maybe that's just a girl thing. I don't know.
I did like the one last year. I thought the one last year was really good.
That
Yeah.
one was really
That was
good.
my favorite.
Because that was where it was like surprising because like they
Yeah,
came
it was
out
like-
like, well, you knew they were gonna be in it,
It was
but
just like a bunch of icons.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like the first time where there was actual like rap in the Super Bowl. Like that hadn't happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Also, I saw a clip of the players. They started crying during the national anthem. Do you guys think it was because the guys sing really good, or because they're just like at like the most exciting thing of their life? What do you guys think?
A lot of times, and I've seen this kind of happen with my own guys when we made it to the finals in college, one of my years of our conference. It's just when that national anthem plays, it's everything, the whole season. It's like everything's, all 4 months have built up to this one memory. So I know their coach, Nick Sirianni, talked about that he was probably going to cry during it like a whole week before the Super
Oh.
Bowl even happened.
I didn't
So
know that.
Yeah.
And you gotta think like that's the one time where like you're just standing still still and your mind is just like
Really?
all you're thinking about is like that moment.
Yeah, you take it
Yeah.
all in for like the first time while you're
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
versus like you're walking in and you're talking with people. You're
Your
just
mind's,
you're
like,
just
racing
sitting
the whole
there
time.
silent. That's all you're thinking about, probably.
Yeah. Outcome wasn't great with the game, but that's okay. I was definitely going for the Eagles. I also thought I only just started like getting into football this year. The way it ended, I thought it was so boring. Do you know what I mean? Like they wasted so much time, and I know they did
That's
it on
kind of
purpose.
the point, though.
It's
I
like
know,
kind
but
of
like
defense because they don't want them to get the ball because then they have an option.
yeah. Well, the group I was watching it with, we all thought it was a horrible way to end it.
Yeah, it is.
We're all women.
Were you?
but
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yes, Brandy, Bella, me. Yeah.
Sometimes I do wish there was like rules in sports that just like limited that type of gameplay.
Isn't it now? I don't know.
Well, there's a little bit because you have play clock and football, shot clock and basketball.
What I don't understand is there's like some schools that play without a shot clock, and like I'm just, like seeing these like videos online, and I know my cousin, his team played without a shot clock. It makes no sense. There's no division that
Oh,
plays
that's
without a
not
shot
like
clock.
a thing everyone does.
There's a couple high schools or a couple states that don't. One of my buddies who played at UND, he went on to play in the NBA for a little bit. He's on some G League teams, but he played at a high school where they had 2 Division I guys. At the end of their games with multiple 5-star athletes, the score was like 6-4.
What?
Like
That's so
high
boring.
level high school basketball, 6-4.
Just because
They don't look at that and like think this is like boring.
The
and we
teams
should
literally
change
just
it?
sit at half court and just hold the ball, and they just watch each other for like a whole game until the last 2 minutes.
Not okay,
That's like not even the point of it.
Yeah, that like me and Maddie wouldn't go to those games.
Yeah, we wouldn't be citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah, without that competition, it just gets boring. It's not fun to watch at all.
So our last question is, Mr. Krause, you're gonna miss class of 2023 when we graduate?
This is the last question you're throwing at me.
Yes.
It's probably his hardest question out of all.
Yeah, hardest one.
He's like, how do I lie?
No, I mean, obviously, I think every single year you're going to miss a senior class. This class at the start of the year, I might have given a different answer, but as the years progressed, I don't know, I've been impressed with quite a few of you. Just the way things have developed, kind of the way people have grown up. Some of the people in this class have really surprised me this year and really made an impact. It's a class I don't think anyone's going to be surprised, but kind of known for not doing much.
Correct.
But this year, I think, especially the people in the room, but Sprad, Timmy, have really impressed me. They're at every single event, always cheering their teammates on or playing on the field. So even if you're not necessarily involved, it's really impressive to show up to every single event. So a lot of kudos to you guys for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Krause. Mr. Krause.
Mr. Krause.
Mr. Krause.
Okay. Well, do you have any other questions? Do you have questions for us? You can ask us questions.
No, I don't have any questions for you guys right now.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited were you to be on this pod?
Socially awkward? Yeah, I don't know.
Were you really nervous?
I wasn't nervous. I mean, it's
His palms are shaking. His knees weak. His arms are heavy.
Vomit on a sweater.
mom spaghetti.
Yeah. Which I don't like. No spaghetti for me.
Right. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of this week's pod. Thank you, Mr. Krause, for joining us.
Yep, no
Mr.
problem.
You're great. You're hopefully going to increase views. So, thank you.
Make sure to put his name in like the title of this episode.
And
Oh,
also-
it'll be capitalized.
Oh, yeah. You also got to, like, shout it out on the whiteboard or something.
Shout out on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Just,
that can be done.
Yeah, like, shout it out throughout the week.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, thank you,
Perfect.
Mr. Krause.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
you, Mr.
That's
Krause.
Have a
all.
good one.
Boosh. That was great.